there is a greater judgment on teachers. Hi, I'm Cheryl Cruz. I'm the author of the book Thin Enough, My Spiritual Journey Through the Living Death of an Eating Disorder. I want to talk to you, give you a little bit of my personal backstory as it relates to my eating disorder development and the influence of teachers. Right now, we're concentrating on back to school. We've seen the ads, you go in stores, we're buying school supplies to get the kids ready for school. And right now, there are a lot of people, a lot of young people, who are in the midst of various stages of eating disorder behaviors, eating disorder development, because someone in a place of authority, a place of instructing them, teaching them, taught them that they needed to start down this path of eating disorder behavior. Let me give you a little story from my own childhood. And yes, I said childhood. When I was entering the 5th grade, right after, the back to school season had been underway, I was outside during recess, and at that point in time, my 3rd grade teacher was one of the monitors, I guess, of the period, making sure that, nobody gets hurt, nobody does anything out of the realm of chaos, just overseeing the playground activities. Anyway, this 3rd grade teacher, mind you, I'm starting my 5th grade year, struck up a conversation with me as she saw me. For convenience sake, let's call her Mrs. K. Mrs. K saw me, and she looked at me, and I guess I had maybe a bit of a growth spurt over the summer. I was a little bit taller, maybe, as kids are known to do, grow, get taller, get bigger. She asked me, "Cheryl, are you dieting?" And the way that she said it, it was in the guise of a compliment, meaning, "You look really good. You look thinner." Good, because thinner is better. That's what my child mind thought. Remember, I'm already a child with disordered eating image issues because of what I dealt with my mother modeling that for me. I already knew I was a fat girl. I already knew that I had to be on diets. I'd been on diets probably since 8 or 9. It's really hard to track because it was probably around the age of 6 or 7 where it really first became known to me that I was fat and I needed to do something about that. Specifically, my mother and I needed to do something about that, hence the mother-daughter diet buddy projects that we went on. Nevertheless, going back to Mrs. K, she asked me, was I dieting, and said this in a really positive kind of question. And I felt really proud in that moment. I felt like I accomplished getting thinner, which was a wonderful goal for me to achieve, even at that age of, I was probably 10, all of 10 years old, 10 going on 11. And then to get the stamp of approval from a teacher, from an authority figure, from a grown-up, from an adult. It contributed to my mindset of I have to be thin, I have to get thin, I have to maintain thinness. And that progressed on and really blew up, especially when I was probably about 19 years old, when I really delved headlong into anorexia, and then proceeded to have more disordered eating from there, including bulimia and binge overeating and all kinds of mess on the spectrum. Why am I mentioning this? Well, because it's back to school right now, and there are a lot of kids that have had growth spurts over the summer. A lot of kids have changed over the summer. Some have gotten braces, some have gotten their braces off, some have lost weight, some have gained weight, some have filled out, especially the females. Some have really changed had a metamorphosis. And it's a dangerous line to walk for any one of us, especially the adults in the room, to cause attention to a child's appearance. We never know what's going to set someone off. We really shouldn't be commenting about anybody's bodies, if I'm being completely honest from my perspective. It should be a neutral zone. It shouldn't be good, bad. It should be something that is not discussed, in my opinion. Now, I understand there's health issues and that's a separate thing, but I'm talking about when we think that we're making a harmless comment about someone's appearance, especially when we put it in phrases like, "You look great, you've lost weight, you look thinner." The enthusiasm, the positivity that's attached to that is dangerous for a lot of us who are prone to eating disorder behaviors, because it cements in our minds, this is a good thing, this is something I need to keep doing, this is something I need to keep protecting, and this is something I need to keep hidden and not disclose to anybody. The secrecy then becomes even more enhanced. We have to keep this at all costs. That's dangerous. That's what has led many to almost die, and some of them to die. We are responsible for what we say. Life and death are in the power of our tongue, and we will eat the fruit thereof, what we speak. Our words create. Our words can create something wonderful, and our words can kill. We never know what we're destroying, what we're endangering. If we say a harmless comment like, "You look so great, you've lost weight," don't say it to a child. We don't need to be focusing on a child's appearance and a child's body in that manner. We don't need to do that. If there is genuine health concerns, that's an issue that you need to bring up with the pediatrician, with the doctor. This is not a forum for you to criticize, but because believe me, the negative comments about "you're so fat, you've gained weight," do as much, if not more, harm to a child as well. It's kind of a no-win situation. Just don't comment about their bodies. Just don't. It's back to school season. And everything that we're getting right now with the pencils and the laptops and the school supplies and the school clothes, let's get some wisdom on this. And let's remember that there are impressionable eyes, young minds that are absorbing everything that we convey through our messages, through what we say to them. Let's take heed of that. In Scripture, it talks about how teachers will be judged a bit more harshly. We're not supposed to desire to be teachers because there's a lot required of that. Nevertheless, we are, as adults, people of influence, especially to the children, and we are teaching someone. Everybody's teaching someone something right now. You're teaching someone something, and hopefully I'm teaching someone something right now, and hopefully it's from the Most High, and it's something that's going to bless you. I hope so. We are responsible for what we say. We are responsible for what we do. There's nothing new under the sun about that. It's been that way since the beginning of time. Just be thoughtful today. As you're dealing with back to school stuff, whether you're dealing with it for your own kids or whether you're going back to school, remember the words that you say have impact on someone else. Be careful with them. Until next time, be blessed, be highly favored, and take care of yourselves. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.